15.2.6.
Contracts issued would be another leg of the investigation. 15.2.7, the PKTT would be a separate leg of investigation. Paragraph 16. After she set out the various investigations, Advocate Johnson said that we were to investigate corruption, PFMA violations, and the Secret Service account. Mr. Sissoko was tasked with arranging a meeting with the IGI, which did occur. Advocate Johnson then stated that in respect of the purchase of properties in the name of Mabusela and Colonel Masingi, the lady from Action SA, whose name appears on the presentation, Ms. Derlene, am I saying it correct?
Derlene.
Derlene James.
Can we just step back before you go, because you're going a page ahead of us. On page 2, at the foot of page 2, where you say, in your paragraph where you say at 16, Advocate Johnson said that we are investigating corruption, PFMA violations, and the Secret Service account. That is with reference to page 2 of your notes when you say, what are we investigation, corruption, PFMA, secret fund account.
Correct.
And then you refer to a meeting, what is that, with office of the IG. Mr. Sissoko, what was Mr. Sissoko supposed to meet the office of the IG about?
Mr. Sissoko was to facilitate arranging a meeting with the IGI. I only later became aware on the 23rd of January that the IGI was investigating these properties and the purchases using the COVID funds, etc. And the meeting did take place, and I will explain it a bit later.
Will you also explain how you came to know of that?
All these notes are from what Advocate Johnson was instructing us must be done. So Advocate Johnson had indicated that the IGI has information and that a meeting must be arranged.
Okay.
I thought Ms. Ngube is asking you, how do you know that the meeting occurred? Or if that's not what she was asking, that's my question.
The meeting of the IGI, I was present.
Okay. That's one way of dealing with it. Okay, so then you can go to the lady from Action SA. Now, you in your notes on page 3.
Correct.
You have, you've dealt with houses, properties, Mabusela's name, Colonel Masingi. Then you've got 2 properties, 28 million, 48 million. And then you have a sort of a bracket, and you've got Action SA lady coming for this.
For this.
Okay, so the Action SA lady is going to speak to this.
From what I was told by Mr. Perumal, and as per the presentation.
On page 227. So you'll have to open file 10, page 227. My apologies. Which is post-authorization activities. You have it?
Correct.
That's post-authorization activities. This is the presentation, Mr. Perumal's portion of the presentation on the 22nd of January, and the first bullet point. You can read it into the record and explain to us what was discussed in the meeting about this aspect.
On the 15th of January 2025, the MP contacted Chief Perumal and advised that another MP, Ms. James from Action SA, was intending to meet with the IPID on Monday, 20th January 2025.
The first MP here is Mr. Adams.
Correct.
Still.
Continue.
He advised that her intention was to open a case and to request IPID to conduct investigations regarding the 2 properties that were purchased using CI COVID funds. Mr. Perumal, after being provided with her contact details, contacted her and advised her that IDAC has already undertaken to investigate same.
And then the next page, 228.
The MP then undertook to come to IDAC offices on
Now, when you say MP here, you're referring now to
Ms.
Ms.
James.
James. Well, not you, but Mr. Perumal.
Mr. Perumal, correct. The MP then undertook to come to IDAC offices on Monday, 20th January 2025, with her draft affidavit and evidence, and to conclude same with IDAC investigators. Her affidavit and documentary evidence will be filed in the case docket, which focuses on the abuse of COVID funds. Further investigations and interviews will be conducted. Must I read the last one as well?
Yes, you may.
The designated team has been activated, briefed, and deployed from 20 January 2025 to the 31st of January 2025 to finalize all outstanding evidential material or matters.
Why did you laugh when you read that?
I was just remembering how the briefing and the instruction, or what was the word? It was briefed and deployed. It was rather instructed and screamed at.
Okay. So that is where, so when you say in your note on page 3 of file 10, the action essay lady coming for this, it's referring to that that is set out in the presentation.
Correct.
Okay. And was there any further information? Did you know what evidence, documentary evidence she had and where she had obtained that evidence?
I was informed in the meeting that Ms. James also received an envelope under the door with top secret documentation and confidential documents and information about these things.
An information note?
And an information note, yeah.
And the documentary evidence that she had received that was also slipped under her door related to this aspect only, or was there something else that it related to as well?
If I may just clarify, Ms. James never came to IDAC. She did not. Ms. James never came to IDAC. She did not. I was asked to wait until at least, I think it was 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And then I went home, showered, and then I had to come back for the forklift witness. So she didn't answer Mr. Perumal's calls, and she did not come through. But later on, if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere in February or early March.
Yes, that's also some of the documentation that must still be disclosed. Yes.
Mr. Perumal sends me a WhatsApp. It's a very concerning WhatsApp because it is marked top secret on the top, and it is the security risk and assessment of Mr. Ian Cameron. The message below that, and it's both pages that was sent to me via WhatsApp. And the second paragraph, or the typed paragraph on that is, it makes sense why the Action SA lady didn't come. I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me.
Yes, we will deal with this aspect in full, Chair, once the documentation is available, and I can foresee that there's potentially a further statement that will be required, but for now we can just deal with it on this level because there are some serious aspects flowing from that as well that would need to explore. But for now, we're just dealing with what the briefing was, and that there was potentially a further witness that was going to provide that information. Was Ms. James was the intention that she was going to be a witness, or that she was also going to do a Section 27 affidavit, or would it form part of this?
From the presentation, it's clear that Mr. Perumal had indicated or had intended on filing her affidavit and her documents in the existing Fadil Adams dockets, and she would then become a witness.
Okay.
Did she ever file an affidavit? Ms. James?
Not with IDAC.
Do you know if she filed with IPID?
I was informed later that she did in fact choose to go to IPID versus IDAC.
That
But
was part of the WhatsApp that Mr. Perumal sent you to say this is why she didn't come to us or something like that?
Correct.
Yes. And did Mr. Perumal say where he got that information from, the top secret information from?
no, he did not indicate. And at that point of our relationship or working relationship, there was a lot of, I was being excluded from a lot of information.
Okay. Can we then go back to your notes and we can deal with paragraph 17 of your statement on page 9? And in your notes, I think we are now still on page 3 of file 11.
Correct.
Continue, paragraph 17.
No stone was left unturned during this meeting. Mr. Perumal said that we must investigate the procurement of furniture and that there were 7 constables who were given the contracts for the procurement of the furniture. Advocate Johnson also gave instructions that the vetting files were to be subpoenaed in terms of section 28.
Sorry, Commissioners, we're now on page 4 of the notes of file 11. And it's, you can continue. Still paragraph 17. Advocate Johnson,
Advocate Johnson then she told the investigators to go and talk to Khan first because he was on leave and the section 28 must be served on him so that he can consult with the team. Advocate Johnson then provided General Khan's private number, cell phone number. The way I understood the instruction was that the section 28 summonses must be served on General Khan, but before doing so, he had to be consulted first to make sure that he was available to assist, as opposed to him being on leave when the summonses are served on him. Advocate Johnson also indicated that there was a female in vetting. The name provided was Nube, who may be willing to talk. And the name of an attorney, Mr. Ian Small-Smith, was provided. I cannot remember why the name was important enough to note at the time. Mr. Perumal advised that all...
Before you proceed, at this point of things, did you know anything, if at all, about the nature of the relationship between Advocate Johnson and Mr. Khan?
No,
You didn't know anything at all?
no.
Okay. That they even talked to each other?
I was aware that Advocate Johnson's husband works at Crime Intel. No, I'm lying under oath now. I apologize.
You're mistaken.
I'm mistaken. With the Miss General Khan thing, like I had alluded to in statement 1, I was aware of the docket situation and the information being sent by Advocate Johnson to General Khan, where he was a suspect.
This is the assault case?
The assault case, yes. So I was aware that there was, and I also knew that Advocate Johnson's husband and Mr. General Khan worked in the same office.
As much as you knew it?
That's as much as I knew.
Thank you.
Ms. Nube, is there any reason why the statement is no longer being displayed?
sorry, which statement?
So, as the witness was reading paragraph 17, it was not displayed.
Yes, I indicated that we're displaying the notes, the witness's notes, because she's speaking to the notes. She's summarizing her notes and not the state. So we can't display both. So it's better to display the notes so that we can follow how she's interpreting the notes. Unless we take the notes down and show her statement, but I thought it would be better to do it this way because this is the actual evidence that she's producing.
It's a bit difficult because we have the notes, we can read them from our files, but the other people end the statement. So them looking at the notes without the statement is a bit complicated. So
But
maybe
she's reading-
you decide which is
Yeah.
easier.
I don't know, I'll take guidance from the commissioners because she's reading what the notes say, so I thought that would be the easier way. Otherwise, the public don't see the notes if we display the statement, which she's reading in any event. But I'll be guided by the commissioners because it is going to be a lengthy exercise.
Too small, so the side-by-side won't work. No, let's continue with what you...
So we should display the statement instead, the notes.
The notes.
Okay, thank you. Chair, there was an indication that we would try and see if we can do the split screen later after thing. So I just... Then paragraph 18 of your statement.
Mr. Perumal advised that all Section 28 summonses would be served in that week, being the week of the 22nd of January 2025. Mr. Perumal indicated that the statement of Miriam, a member of Crime Intelligence Vetting Component, I am able to mention this name because she filed an affidavit and it has been disclosed, was almost complete. Advocate Johnson stated that lifestyle audits must be conducted on General Lushaba and General Kumalo, as well as FIC applications to determine overseas travel. Advocate Johnson advised that the assets of the PKTT should be profiled.
Okay, just pause that. Is page
Why are you does she explain why you are looking at lifestyles and overseas travel? I mean, the allegations arising from Mr. Adams's 27, which is the basis of the presentation, right? So everyone is on the same page. We are working off that document. What arising from that section 27 gets you to overseas travel and lifestyle? Was there an obvious link explained?
Nothing. I do state in my statement that it became concerning to me why these instructions were being issued, but more so, I later on stated or explained why I couldn't understand where Advocate Johnson was getting this information from to be so detailed in the instructions and what we were supposed to do during this investigation.
Thank you. Before you continue with paragraph 19, we are now, Commissioners, on page 5 of the notes, file 11. Continue paragraph 19.
Advocate Johnson said that the National Commissioner, General Masemola, should not be informed of the investigation. She said the National Commissioner would appear at the Portfolio Committee on Policing soon, and we should let him lie at the Portfolio Committee. I assume this was because IDAC was engaged in discussions with the members of the Portfolio Committee on Policing who would know about certain aspects of the investigation. General Masemola unaware of the investigations would then presumably be caught in a lie.
Okay, can I just ask you, so when the committee members, the members of the Portfolio Committee on Policing that we know so far would be Mr. Adams, Ms. James, and Mr. Cameron.
Correct.
And I just want to refer you to page 2820, which is in file 7, which is an affidavit by Mr. Ian Cameron. And you'll let me know once you have it. Page 2820.
Thank you.
It's an affidavit by Mr. Ian Cameron, and if you go to page 2820, it was deposed and commissioned on the 9th of April 2025 in Cape Town by Mr. Brian Padiachi.
Confirm.
Okay. And just to give context, Mr. Cameron says at page 2820 that at paragraph 4, I, together with members of my committee, are primarily responsible for oversight to ensure effective law enforcement within SAPS. And then at 5, he says, as chairperson, I convened a portfolio committee meeting on Wednesday, 2025-04-2, online with members of the committee, senior managers from the Office of the Minister of Police, and senior management of the SAPS, led by General Fannie Masemola. And he sets out certain events in there, but then I want you to go to 2821, paragraph 8, he says some committee members were not satisfied with the SAP's management responses. However, in the absence of factual evidence, I intervened and closed the agenda point and moved to the next item on the agenda. Then at paragraph 10, which should actually be paragraph 9, importantly, he says, I suspect that the senior management of the SAPs, led by General Masemola, misled the Portfolio Committee in answer to several questions posed to them. To confirm exactly where the committee was misled, it will be prudent for the committee's recording of the meeting to be compared with the evidence available in the relevant crime intelligence files. So from what he seems to be saying in here is that General Masemola and whoever was in that committee meeting from SAPS had effectively misled, lied to the, and we know now from your notes on page 5 at file 11 that Advocate Johnson said you mustn't tell the National Commissioner about the investigation. Let him lie to the committee. He'll be caught in a lie. And Mr. Cameron was one of the committee members who was engaging with IDAC at the time and knew that there was an investigation at the time, correct?
From this affidavit and from the notes, correct.
Thank you.
Ms. Nube, you should read paragraph 7 because it gives a context
Yes.
to 8. Sorry if you had already read it.
Yes.
I might have missed it.
Paragraph 7 of that same 2821, there have been several media press releases and on social digital platforms where allegations of corruption within the Crime Intelligence Division have surfaced. The committee was therefore focused on addressing some of these allegations, as will be evident from the minutes. So it was about crime intelligence that General Masemola was being called to that Committee on Policing. Advocate Johnson knew that in January 2025 when she has that briefing session because she says he will be appearing at the Portfolio Committee on Police soon. Correct?
Correct. It's also later made reference to in 2 July, the memo that I'll be addressing or speaking about
Yes.
with regards to this.
The 2 July memo relating to the arrest of General Masemola and General Kumalo,
Yes, correct.
that you prepared a memorandum on, which we'll get to that.
Yes.
Thank you.
But can we say for sure that the discussion with Advocate Johnson related to this portfolio committee meeting? Because this meeting is in April, and that discussion is taking place
In
3
January.
months prior. Now, we know from evidence that there were other portfolio committee meetings, the one in March, for example, where the name of Mr. Brown Mokgotsi was mentioned for the first time. And I don't know how many others. So can we say for certain that the discussion in paragraph 19 of your statement was related
Yes.
to the portfolio committee meeting in April?
Commissioner Kumalo, we'll look into that, but this was specifically in relation to crime intelligence, this portfolio committee meeting on policing. So we will look at the others to see whether those also related to crime intelligence.
Because it says here he will be appearing soon. Now, I don't take soon to be in 2-3 months from now. That's really my difficulty.
Okay, we'll have a look into that. Okay, you can continue.
Maybe, sorry, Ms. Moore, maybe for completeness on this Ian Cameron affidavit, we should point out that Mr. Cameron doesn't say in what respect did the SAPS team lie or is suspected to have lied.
Correct.
That's correct?
That's correct.
He doesn't provide any particulars.
May I offer
Yes, please.
an observation from, because of the matters and the way they were being dealt with? It would honestly have been at the time where General Masemola would have been questioned on the vetting and security clearance of Ms. Madondo and Mr. Khan, at the point where he says that it had been sent to SSA. So in line of that, but it could be many more.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Do you then want to go to page 10, paragraph 20 of your statement?
Thereafter, Advocate Johnson relayed an incident that occurred.
Sorry, just before that, there is on your note, but you don't deal with it in your statement, on page 5, after the let him lie, and then there's a IGI, there's a block that has the IGI. Can you tell us what that note was about?
With regards to this, as far as I can remember, it was Advocate Johnson was explaining that we must go and have a discussion and see if we can have an agreement to share information with the IGI. And at some point, someone said that IGI can't give us their reports because they are confidential or top secret and designated for specific, either the president or the minister. And there was an intelligence file. I don't understand I must control part. I will have to just think about it. It will come back to me. But this whole thing was about the meeting with IGI and trying to get the information from IGI.
And when you say I must control, is that what Advocate Johnson is saying in the meeting, I must control? Or
Correct.
are you making a note for yourself that you must control?
No, if it was a side note, I make a little circle or a bubble above it. But if it's just like this, then it's instructions from Advocate Johnson.
Okay.
Before you leave your note at page 5, did Advocate Johnson say why the National Commissioner should be left to lie? What was the plan, the idea behind let him go lie to Parliament and then what?
Like I said in statement 1, Commissioners, it looked and obviously became evident that there was a line of march, and that line of march was to get General Kumalo and General Masemola in an accused box.
Lie to Parliament and then what?
Like I said in statement 1, Commissioners, it looked and obviously became evident that there was a line of march, And that line of march was to get General Khumalo and General Masemola in an accused box. And so obviously, at some point there was talk about if he lies at portfolio committee, but this is well after. I think this is in February or March, and this was just between Padiachi and myself and Mr. Perumal, where if he lies, we can at least charge him for perjury.
He would have lied to a committee of parliament, which in itself is an offense.
So the plan was to set him up.
In essence, it was. That was the instructions. Don't tell him, let him go and lie.
So that he can be arrested and charged.
Correct.
And be presented to court.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, then back to your statement.
Thereafter, Advocate Johnson relayed an incident that occurred when she attended the Minister of Police residence for a meeting either a day or 2 days before the 22nd of January 2025 meeting. I will deal with this under the investigation of Mr. Nkabinde. Suffice to state that for present purposes, that I do not know what was discussed with the Minister during the meeting, because Advocate Johnson did not elaborate. As part of the presentation for my evidence before the Commission, I note that according to Major General Charity Matlala Matlo, in an affidavit dated 6 June 2025, Minister Mkunu referred the Medicare 24 to the SAP's internal audit, risk and integrity management on 9 January 2025. I do not know if this incident, or if this is coincidence that on the 22nd of January 2025, after meeting with the Minister, Advocate Johnson referred to the Medicare 24 contract, albeit as a SAP's Tembisa contract at the time, for the first time. At this stage, there is no Section 27 referral or Section 28 investigation regarding the Medicare contract. On the 23rd of January 2025, Mr. Perumal and Padiachi gave feedback on the consultation held with General Khan. Present during this session, or that session, was Mr. Padiachi, Perumal and Rapesu and me. Once again, this consultation with Khan was done without my knowledge. They informed us that General Khan told them that General Khumalo did not have top secret clearance. According to General Khan, notwithstanding the absence of top secret clearance, General Madondo had called General Khan and told him to give the new DivCom CI. General Masemola had called General Khan and told him to give the new DivCom CI, General Khumalo, support, and that he, General Khan, should follow up on the vetting process of General Khumalo. Mr. Perumal seemed to think that this was compelling evidence of wrongdoing on the part of General Masemola.
Thank you. I do want to go back to your notes, but Chair, I see that it is 12:59. Might this be a convenient time?